All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another one of our project podcasts. You know, we do them on YouTube now and in the group. And I've got a little guest with me today, my old mate Mark Halsey. How you doing, Mark?
All right, Steve, yourself. You're yours.
What's that shirt you got on, son?
Oh, look at that, mate. Hey, look at that. Hey, mwah, mwah.
Yeah.
Home of
Nice to
football.
see
You're
you.
coming to the home of football tomorrow night, Loftus Road, where we met a couple of seasons ago and Dunny got a late winner, didn't he? Remember, we sat in the bar watching it, me and you.
We did, didn't we? And you know
Oh,
what? I was thinking it was last season, but it wasn't. It
no,
was the
weren't you?
one
We were in
before.
League One last season. It was the season before. It was a big relegation battle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in the pub, weren't we? And
We was, yeah, and we were
last
sitting
minute, and
there,
you
and
were mental, didn't
it was me that went running around the bar.
you? Well, listen, mate, it's nice to see you. And just have a little look. I mean, really, our seasons have sort of gone pretty much the same, haven't they?
Yeah.
I mean, our record is exactly the same, except for goal difference.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, we've been so frustrating this year. We've been putting some superb performances in, and then we've been so inconsistent. Like VAR in the Premier League, the inconsistency of our performances, especially to teams below us. That's been a problem. Because I watch all the games on obviously on the TV, but you know, Saturday when we're at home, we seem formidable at times. And then we come up with this. Yeah, when we went to Derby, I mean, it was absolutely dire. When we played, we lost. I think it was we lost 1-0 to Derby, and they were below us at the time. Ipswich were below us. Southampton were below us.
mm.
Derby were below us, and we just
So it's
just.
interesting. So, just by the way, Mark, I'm just going to introduce you actually because I don't think I've introduced you for people that don't know you. Anyone
I
that
should think they
knows
do know
you
me.
knows you'll know Mark.
And
So, Mark is
most probably quite a few of them if you haven't thrown pies at me.
he's got a very special place in the heart of Blues fans, Mark has,
Yeah,
because Mark he's a former Premier League referee. You may recognise he looks a lot older now, like,
don't we all?
so Mark actually was the referee that's famously sent Dion Dublin off for headbutting Robbie Savage, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember getting a letter from Steve Bruce that after that game as well, saying how well I refereed in very difficult circumstances, and it was very difficult circumstances, wasn't it?
Yeah, the whole evening was toxic, wasn't it? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
those Birmingham Villa games probably. I'm not saying it because I'm a Blues fan, but it's one of the fiercest derbies in English football.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that. Same with the Sheffield Steel derby as well. Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. It takes a lot of refereeing and managing.
Did you have to get an escort away from Sheffield as well, or was it just Villa Park?
No, just Villa Park. And it wasn't down to me. That was down to the fans fighting, I think.
Yeah, in case anyone doesn't know, because there was a lot of fighting going on outside. Mark and his family, they had to get him out with the police escorts.
That's it. Back to the hotel.
Yeah, but you'd have been all right, mate, because the Blues fans have looked after you.
Oh,
You did the right
absolutely,
thing.
absolutely,
Robbie
absolutely.
Savage, you would never falsify any kind of.
No, and Dion still gives me stick today about that sending off. I just had to
But
apologise to Dion for sending him off for what he done to Robbie.
I shouldn't, mate. You know what I mean? He was bullying him. But Mark, to get back to the game, I mean, you're saying there that like you've had a bit of a dodgy season. What you just said
Well,
there, I could say exactly the same thing about Blues. We play absolutely out of our skins sometimes, and then another time it's like a different team altogether.
yeah, I mean, listen. I think the last 3 or 4 seasons we've been in a dogged relegation battle,
Mm.
and we don't want to be in that situation again. We want to be, that the championship. I think when you look at the championship, everyone can beat each other. It's how you play on the day.
Mm.
And we've been, at home we've been really good the last few weeks. We beat Hull City at home, we beat Stoke at home, we beat West Brom at home on Saturday, and we played really well. But there are times, when we defend, we just look like we can concede at any moment. That's the problem. I think our defence I think they just switch off at times, and Hull could have got back into the game, but luckily we went and got the third goal, and I think Kone's been a revelation for us. We got him from obviously Wycombe Wanderers, and I think he's done really well. It always takes time for a new player to settle in, but I think on the whole, I think he's done really well.
I was looking at your squad a little bit earlier, and to be honest with you, I mean, you've got a pretty good squad there. I mean, there's some players I love in that squad. Kone is someone that I like, but Elias Chair as well. I mean,
Yeah,
what a
I mean,
footballer.
Ilias Cherry's so gifted, but at times he can be so frustrating as well. I think he should be doing more than what he's been doing for us. And unfortunately, I don't think he'd be playing tomorrow night. He went off injured on Saturday, so I think he'd be out again with yet another injury.
That's good for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we still got people on the bench to come off. We've got Frey to come in, we've got Hayden to come in, we've got Poku, we've got
So Poku's on the bench. I mean, how come he isn't getting selected?
Sorry?
How come Poku isn't getting?
I don't know. Perhaps he's just not. I don't know. Perhaps he's just not been consistent enough for the manager. I mean, I'm not sure whether the manager, Julian Stefan, knows his best team. So listen, I think we've got to praise him this season because I think we're sitting. Is it 10th? We're sitting or 10th or 11th. I think we're sitting with 28 points.
You're a couple of places behind us, but we've got the same points, haven't we?
Yeah, same points. But if we can get 3 points off of you, we jump above you. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Tomorrow night, I'll be celebrating. I'll be sitting here watching the game, and I'll be obviously with the Champions League as well. And I'll be watching the game. Hopefully, I'll with my QPR shirt, and I'll be sending you pictures of me celebrating our goals.
Yeah, you will as well, won't you?
Yeah,
but it's strange, what? So, what's your home record like, Mark?
We've done all right. I think we lost to Ipswich 4-1 at home when they were below us, but they've gone on a run and done really well. But we were poor against Ipswich. We were really, really poor against Ipswich, and obviously Southampton we lost. They were below us. We lost to them at home as well. I think it was.
But they're two good teams, I mean,
but they are.
Strange,
but at the time, Steve, both teams were below us.
Yeah, but
both below us.
It just depends who you play. Early on in the season,
the best teams. I mean, then obviously we lose at home. We lose it away to Derby, and then we have 2 great wins. And then we go at we won 1-0 at Blackburn, super game. And then we go to Norwich City, who are second, who can't buy a win. And we were abysmal, absolutely abysmal, and we lose 3-1. And it's just we've got to be winning games like that if we want to get into the playoffs. I think that's out of our reach. To be fair, I think if we can,
I don't see why, because what you were saying earlier about the championship this season. I think, and I said it at the start of the season, it's a poor championship. It's just very competitive because the 3 teams that came down are the 3 that went up the season before. So what you got is a load of championship teams, really, and anyone can go up.
I agree. Everyone can beat each other, but I just don't think we're ready yet. I'm happy, finishing the top half. Millwall, we lost at home to Millwall, another home game that we lost. We shouldn't have lost. We're just inconsistent. But at times we're so frustrating, but other times we're superb. And I suppose that's what you get in. That's what you get in the Championship, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But Mark, right? I'd see if you share this view with me. So. I don't know, what you just said, we're not ready yet to go up, I mean, I just don't think that carries any weight anymore because it's like there is no team in that championship that is going to get promoted and stay in the Premier League with the same players. I think what happens now is you get a team to win the championship, and then when you get promoted, you more or less completely replace the playing staff. Because the Premier League is so strong now, isn't it?
It is, but if you've got the money, to do that, and you go up into the Premier League, I think that the playoff final at Wembley, was it a £200 million game? Yeah. But I always feel I feel sorry for the teams that go up because you look at Daniel Farke at Leeds now, they're all calling for his head. I just feel so sorry for managers that go up with their teams. Because full well you're going to be most probably. Look at Scott Parker with Burnley; they're struggling. I mean, to be fair to Leeds, they've done really well against Chelsea and had a great result against Liverpool on Saturday evening. And Oh, yeah, but what I'm saying is that the pressure on these managers is unbelievable once if they get their team into the Premier League, because they're gonna be sacked before Christmas,
Yeah,
nine
it's
times out of
I
10.
mean, look at
So
what's happened at Forest. I mean, I
no,
mean, what on earth have they been doing?
I mean, Nuno. I mean, I think Nuno's a good manager. I think he's a really good manager. Just fell
Yeah,
out with the owner, didn't he? He fell out with the owner, and
yeah, and
once
then
that happens, you're
Postecoglou,
away. It's like Salah. It's like Salah coming out with that interview.
yeah,
You know, I think he's. I mean, he's going to be on his way, isn't he? In January, I would imagine.
yeah. It's January is another story, isn't it? Because I mean, we are in a fortunate position at Brum where we can put our hands in our pockets. But I think next season the old FFP thing changes, doesn't it? It's
Yeah, it
more
does.
about
Yeah, I tell you,
yeah.
one player I like of yours is Stansfield. I think he's a. I like him.
He's a wonderful player, Stansfield. We've got some very, very good
I,
players.
I like him. I think he.
Yeah,
I think he could be. He could be a danger tomorrow night for us.
yeah.
If we don't sort out of him and stay tight and get our tackles in, I think you could. I hope it does now, but I think you could come away with something tomorrow night. Unless we're on top of our form tomorrow night, I think Birmingham can come away from Loftus Road with at least a point.
See, I think you play the same system as us, with a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so what do you do? Invert a fullback when you're in possession?
You what? Sorry.
Do you invert a defender when you're in possession and then go back to the back
Yeah,
four when you're out of
yeah.
possession?
Yeah. But or unless you, I mean, on sort of attacking teams, do you just do the 4-4-2? That's the standard, isn't it? When you've got teams that like to attack and score goals, like you've got with you, because you do. I mean, to be fair, you do score a lot of goals, don't you?
Well, we've got a +5 goal difference, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. I
So
mean,
we have scored a lot of goals,
you
yeah.
do score goals.
Yeah. But
And,
I
and
mean, we are
that's
very
something
attacking in that
I think
system.
that's something that Birmingham could exploit, because I think our back four, a couple of players are not as pacey as they should be when you have a back four. So, listen, I think it'd be in for an entertaining game. I think it'd be a great game. Hopefully, we come out with the 3 points. But I just got a sneaky feeling that you may do something at Rangers tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, honestly, like our manager's he's under pressure from the fans, which,
Well,
well,
our
well,
managers as well. I mean, when you look at social media, I mean, the amount of stick he gets, I think it's unfair. Really, I think it's unfair. I think they have sometimes the fans have a point that he doesn't know his best team, and why certain individuals are on the bench and not starting. But that comes with that. I have that with my Sunday team here. I have that as well. So
yeah,
every manager has a problem.
the veteranos?
Oliver Costa Vetrianos. Yeah, follow us on Facebook.
Yeah,
Never,
Mark's a
Steve.
Spanish football manager
Yeah,
now.
Steve. There's never a dull moment in our games. I can assure you. There's always yellow cards, red cards,
I
punch
can
ups, all
believe it.
sorts.
Yeah, yeah,
And my Lucy is the one that gets involved.
yeah. Listen, mate, I know Lucy. She's a yeah.
She's a fiery character.
You need to take that mouth up and.
Yeah, but she's a Man United fan. That don't help either, Steve.
Not
So
really, no.
no.
So, like we was talking about Chair and Kone. How about Borrell? Is he
But yeah, I mean, I think he
scored
scored.
9 goals, hasn't he? I think.
Is it 89 or not? Is it? I think it's 89, or is it me who's got that wrong? But he's doing well. He scored him and Coney are doing really well. Yeah, so he's a bonus that's come in, and obviously he'd be a danger to you guys tomorrow night. So
Big lad, isn't he?
I think that one of the problems is with us up front is that we don't take our chances. We've had a lot of chances this season.
Oh, don't even go there.
We've got to be more clinical. We're not clinical enough up top. That's the problem. And when we're not clinical up top, it puts a bit more pressure on the defence. Our defence to keep the attacking team out. And with our pace at the back, it's not the best. So I think that's where you could exploit us tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're good. I mean, we're good on the wings because we've got Patrick Roberts, who is absolutely wonderful right winger. I mean, he's left-footed, but he's absolutely wonderful. And then we got Damari Gray on the other side.
Yeah, I like Gray. I mean, we've got Varane and Marsden in the centre playing in that two role, just in front of the back four. So it'd be interesting to see what lineup he goes with tomorrow night. because I think
Yeah, I
we've
mean,
got to
we'll have
counteract.
Doyle and
Got to look.
Pake in those two
We've
positions.
got to counteract that. You're attacking because I think you are an attacking threat up top, Birmingham, without a doubt, and you've got the pace as well.
Yeah, it's funny, like, because when we go forward, we do out of possession, we keep the four at the back. In possession, we go to three. So what happens then? You got the extra man. We tend to push. I mean, just recently, like the centre half has gone wide right. The two centre halves,
Yeah.
are joining the attack. And then, of course, when you get the ball turned over, you lose possession. The
Yeah.
ball over the top, and it's anyone's guessing it.
Yeah, I mean, we play similarly the same way, don't we? And with the same formation, and I think Paul Smythe is a bit unlucky as well because he starts on the bench, but when he comes on, he can be a massive threat. But also the problem with us not being clinical enough is that we give the ball away too easy. We don't keep the ball. That's another problem for us.
Yeah, you got to make that ball stick because if you play possession football, obviously,
Yeah.
it's about keeping the ball in it.
That's right, and you've got to work your socks off. Once you lose that ball, you work your socks off to get back behind it and win it back. So, yeah, listen, look, I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow. I think it'd be a good game of football because I say we're both in that mid-table area, aren't we? I mean, if you look at some of the results, I was looking at the league table and some of the games that we lost that perhaps we shouldn't have done, and the same with you. We could be up in the, you could be up in the playoff places. It's that close.
I mean, you talking about missed chances, mate. We got a Japanese striker called Kyogo Furuhashi, and he was
Yeah,
at Celtic a few seasons ago. If you remember him, he scored 80 something goals in 3 seasons. Of course, he's come to us. He scored one in the cup against Sheffield United in his second game. I mean, the guy gets into some incredible positions, but I'm not joking. I've never seen anyone miss so many open goals. I mean,
well, I hope he's playing and missing a few chances tomorrow night. Then
well, it
you watch,
doesn't
you
start
watch.
usually.
You're saying
You
I'm
know,
like, yeah, but he comes on as a sub, and buddy, you watch him score against us.
well, let's hope, mate. But we have Stansfield up top. We have Stansfield in the 10, and we play Ducks, Marvin Ducks as the striker. He's a
Yeah,
German. But they're still feeling the feet a little bit in that respect. But the wingers are good. Doyle is playing really, really good at the base
yeah,
of the midfield. He's a lovely
yeah,
player,
yeah,
for Wolves.
yeah. I mean,
It will be a good game, and I've got a little bit of a soft spot for QPR to be honest with you, because you know that you're just a little team in here, and we try. I'm only winding you up, man.
listen. It's good that I mean, we've managed to stay in the championship, and obviously, if you want to go into the Premier League, we've got to spend big in January, but I can't see us doing that. To be fair, I think they're just stay with what we've got because obviously money's very tight.
Yeah, I think we'll be bringing a striker in January. I hope so. Just have a little look over my shoulder, Mark. What do you reckon?
Oh, is that the new stadium going to be?
Gorgeous, isn't it?
I used to love refereeing at the Blues. Great atmosphere. Great atmosphere.
Andrews, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You-
It's glad it's going to be in the same place. It's like some of it's the same with like West Ham's new stadium. It's not the bowling ground. It's not Upton Park, and it's the same with Everton at Goodison Park. The new stadium now it's not Goodison Park. The atmosphere at Goodison Park was just electrifying. So,
I was talking to someone about this the other day about the London Stadium and West Ham. I mean, listen, mate, you've refed at Upton Park.
oh,
It's
absolutely.
a horrible little place, and
Yeah, it
if
is.
you know a hammer.
Especially. I mean, when I was coming up early in days, I was assistant referee in the Premier League for a season. I think
Close by the pitch.
they promoted me to the referees list because I was rubbish. But I used to run past that chicken run. Oh my days, the abuse you used to get from that chicken run. I was
Yeah,
glad I was promoted to the referee because I knew I could stay well away from it.
chicken run, yeah. Oh, I see. Well, but compare that to the London Stadium, I mean, it's soulless, isn't it?
Give me Upton Park any day. Give me Goodison Park any day.
Yeah. I like your grade. Is it Ellerslie Road or Loftus Road? What do you call it now?
Yeah, it's like it's well, it used to be known as the Loftus Road, didn't it? Well, that's the stadiums in South Africa Road. But I mean, I used to. My uncle used to live in Loftus Road. I mean, that's when because my family are from Shepherd's Bush, and my uncle lived in Loftus Road. We'd come out of his door, his house, turned left, first left, and we're straight in the ground. So he was right next door to Loftus Road. So it was
So
great.
you've never refereed at Loftus Road, have you?
Oh, I did, yeah, a couple of times, I have to say. We won one and lost one.
How come? How can you do that?
Well, it was in the days, it was like in the late 90s before it became,
When you told
like,
lies.
yeah, before it became, I mean, they knew I was lived about 40 miles because we lived in Welwyn Garden City at the time and moved well away from the London area. So it was about 40 miles north of there. But I mean, in them days, it wasn't so strict about who you supported. But listen,
Just wrong, that is.
once I crossed that white line, people know what I was getting. Yeah, people knew what they were getting. So you had assessors in the stand, you had people watching you. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things.
Listen, do you remember Mark Dennis?
Yes, Mark Dennis. Yeah, played for Birmingham and QPR.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was because we had a few people talking about him the other day. You know what a great character he is, and he was. Because
Absolutely,
played for Southampton as well.
bit of
And
a
we
dirty
played
bugger
him.
as well, wasn't he?
Pardon?
Bit of a dirty bugger as well.
Oh man, Mark Dennis. We had some great. I mean, we had Mark Dennis and Dave Langan. Do you remember Dave?
Dave, yeah, that's going back a bit, isn't it?
Irish. He played in the same team as Mark Dennis at Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you've had a few players off us. And one of them you probably won't remember him, Barry Bridges.
Oh, Barry Bridges. I remember Barry. That's going back many years.
Yeah, he went
70s,
from us to
70s
you, and
that
he
were, wasn't
scored
it? Barry
against us.
Bridges.
Huh?
Remember him? That was going back to the 70s, wasn't it? Barry?
Late 60s, early 70s, yeah,
70s,
because
yeah,
he came
yeah.
from
Barry
Chelsea
Bridges.
originally.
Good player, Barry.
Yeah, and then of course there was TF, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Trev.
Great man. Great man. I worked with him as well. I refereed his teams at Birmingham many times. Used to go into his office after the game, have a drink with him. Worked with him at BN Sports in Doha and the
Oh,
World
did
Cup.
you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, him and his wife were absolutely lovely people, and
Yeah, he's
it's
a nice guy, Trevor.
so sad, losing both of them. Awful.
Yeah, he's bloody.
The
He
same,
happens.
it's
He's
the
really.
same with Ray Wilkins. Chelsea QPR. Ray Wilkins was an absolutely gentleman, lovely guy. Worked with him in BN Sports, and just seemed to take the best people away. So sad.
Why isn't it? Uh,
If we got obviously on the show, we've got to send our regards to Norm at Charlton Athletic.
yeah, what a
Massive,
shame, mate.
massive Charlton Athletic fan. And listen, I understand that some people will complain about the game being abandoned. There's more important things in life than football.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
We're
so,
going to have, as Birmingham fans, tomorrow night, we're going to have a round of applause on the 13th minute, and I'm sure you're going to join us, aren't you?
yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because I think that'll be nice. It's for him, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
One of the game's characters, isn't he?
Yeah, so sad. So sad.
Yeah.
And it was right. The referee was absolutely right to abandon the game from
Yeah,
the circumstances.
I think so as well. Yeah. Um, Someone asked me, Mark, when I'm speaking to you, to ask you what you would have done if you were refereeing the Bristol City and Millwall game on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was. I mean, seeing the incident, it was. I mean, it was out of nothing, really, wasn't it? Why has the Bristol City player gone over and pushed is it the Millwall manager? Why?
Mm.
There's no need for it. Why? But when it kicks off like that, I mean, the referee's in an impossible situation. There's just so many people in there. There's so many bodies going in there. And what you do is, what will a referee will do? He will put in an extraordinary report to the FA, and the FA will view all that video and see what action to take with certain individuals.
Well,
One
they
thing,
do it there
one,
and then.
they will look at that. The report would have gone in Saturday night. The report would have gone in Saturday night, Sunday morning via computer. And then obviously the FA will look at that. But one thing is both teams will be charged with failing to control their players and dugouts and whatever. That's one thing that will come. But then I would imagine other charges will follow as well.
Mm.
But the referee, it's impossible for the referee to take action in that situation. You just let the FA deal with it. Put it in, as I say, an extraordinary report, and let the FA look at it and deal with it.
Refereeing in general, and I don't know if you how you feel about commenting on it, but I mean, I personally think that the level of refereeing in the Championship is really poor. Some of the stuff I've seen this season, you know, I mean, listen, we all like to have a little moan when decisions go against us, but there's some decisions sometimes that are so blatant that are missed.
Yeah, listen, look, I think it's a difficult job. I think we can say the same. I mean, I watch many games and I sit there watching, and it is. I do find it difficult to criticise to referees. Listen, you got to be honest, and if you have to criticise in a nice way, then yes. I mean, obviously you see in the background here. Obviously, that's my little studio in the front room where I have to do videos for the Sun, where I comment on incidents via video. And when I look at it, you see there is a lot of inconsistencies. There is a lot of referees that, I don't know, lacking confidence. I think, when you go and referee at any level, it's about managing the game, managing the players, and managing the event, and having that awareness about you of what's going on. And just managing things and managing it with a smile on your face. I mean, all I see today is that referees, for careless challenges, they just bring out the yellow card so early. Just
Yeah.
manage it. You don't. Every challenge, every tackle's not a yellow card.
There
And
doesn't seem
and,
to
and
be that camaraderie there either
no,
now between
but
the player and the ref.
I don't blame the referees. I mean, we've got some good young talent coming through out there. Where I blame is the management. I blame the PGR management. You look at the leadership and the direction from the manager. You look at the coaches, and they're not coaching like they should be. They've never been there. They've never seen it done. It worn a t-shirt. We've got lower league assistant referees acting as coaches, and we got, I don't know, it's just the leadership and direction. And you look at VAR. You look at some of the decisions that VAR get involved, the inconsistency where they get involved, where they don't get involved. We see him get involved in a challenge. I think was it Romero against Brentford on Saturday. I looked at one of these challenges. I thought that's a red card, and he didn't get involved. I mean, I thought that's a red card all day long. VAR didn't recommend a review. Then you look at the Man City Sunderland game where the Sunderland defender, I can't remember his name, well, it was an awful challenge. VAR recommended a review, and correctly, the Sunderland player was sent off for serious foul play. So I think it's down to the leadership and direction, the training, the education, and the coaching of our referees. Because I understand, I still speak to officials involved in the game, and they just keep getting mixed messages. So if you're getting mixed messages, what's going to happen? You're going to get your inconsistency on decision making and how you manage a game.
Yeah, yeah. As I was saying a few minutes ago, it's like the interaction between referees and players doesn't seem there anymore.
No, yeah, I think
Because that used to be a part of the game, didn't it? Like
absolutely.
having a bit of a laugh with the player.
I used to give as good as I got, and that's how players like it. You've got to, I think referees today think they command that respect as soon as you walk on the football pitch, and that's not the case. You command the respect with your accuracy and your decision making, and the way you talk with the players, the way you communicate with the players. And like you say, you're right. You don't see that now. I mean, things were going on in the game, and I used to say, you've got to have that awareness of what's going on around you. Things are going on in the game, and something goes on off the ball. You see it, and you just shout to that player, "Hey, I've seen that." But because shop floor language does go on the field of play.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
And we've got to accept that. And so, as I say, I think the PGML management and coaches have got a lot to answer for the standard of officiating at the present. And sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I think sometimes some of the guys that deserve to go through are not going through.
Who's the hardest player you've ever had to referee, Mark?
Well,
the one that used to cause you more problems constantly.
I don't know. There was, I mean, back in the Patrick Vieira and those sort of Paul Scholes and Roy Keane. They're great players to referee. Steven Gerrard, Vieira. But the one that was always in my ear moaning all the time was Craig Bellamy. Never shut up.
Yeah. I think he's the same now. Actually, he's involved with Wales, isn't he? So
yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. And the other thing I wanted to ask you, it must be really hard not to have your decisions swayed by a really aggressive or noisy crowd, is it?
Well, listen, when you're
Not,
in
you're not going to say that you've ever been swayed by a crowd,
the,
but
when
it
when
must
when you're
happen.
when you no when you're in the heat of the battle, honestly, you're so concentrated what's going on in the middle. You don't hear what's going on from the sidelines or the crowd. You don't because you're in that zone. You're in that zone where you're concentrating fully. Because if you switch off for 1 second, something will happen and you'll miss it. Now, when there's a breaking play, there was an injury, and obviously the physio comes on, then you hear certain comments, shouting around. You don't know what you're doing and all things like that. So, but no, generally you're in that zone. You're in that zone, and you're fully concentrated what's going on.
Mm. Yeah, it's fascinating to sort of just get the view of a referee from time to time. I know you've done stuff with me before, and it's great. So you're a friend of the project, as you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's hope for a great game tomorrow, and may
Yeah.
the best team win, my friend. And I
Yeah,
hope,
I
and I hope
agree,
that's
mate.
us.
And at least if you score late on, I won't have you in my ear roll.
No doubt, no doubt you will tomorrow night. I'll have you in
Well,
my hero tomorrow night.
yeah, I'll be on that WhatsApp to you straight
I
away.
bet, I bet you'll be. I'm going to turn my phone off if we're losing.
Mark, it's been great having you, mate. Thank you so much for giving us your time, and hopefully, we're going to see you again on here sometime.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Take care. All the best.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you, mate.
Cheers. Bye bye.